Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with some $3 Traveler's Cube set review from Draftalgia, and we're gonna go over the red cards. Although you're not gonna have too much experience with this, because Ryan's gonna take these cards. But if you happen to see them, I'm gonna talk about them so you recognize them. So Thriving Bluff is red, Thriving Lands, they're great. Splash green or splash red, sorry, or you are red. You get good in both cases. So yeah, then our first real card is Brute Force, an instant target creature gets +3/+3 on the end of turn. Yeah, I think this is pretty good in the Gruul archetype because you are aggressive, you are pushing through damage, and I think it's not bad in EZ. Like that's with prowess triggers that could be responsible for 5-6 damage depending on how many prowess creatures you have. Yeah, and in some cases, it's a counter spell against damage-based removal, and then yeah, I think it's less good in Boros. Rakdos doesn't really care. That's not how they won the game. But yeah, it's solid card in those two archetypes. But that means you can probably wield this. That's not a high pick. Fiery Impulse. It's a 1 mana instant. It deals 2 damage to target creature. And if 2 or more instants of sorcery cards in your graveyard, it deals 3 damage to target creature instead. It's a removal primary for Izzet. But again, like late pick, you don't mind picking this up. Worst case, you put this to your sideboard, and if your opponent is very aggressive, you bring it in, it kills a creature, like does a little bit of speed bump. Yeah, it needs that, it might even be main deckable, but does not hit face though. So that's one thing. With the prowess, you can get some extra damage out of that and then remove the blocker. So that certainly help. But yeah, like I don't think it's an insanely high pick, but it's a solid little removal. Fireblade Charger. So yeah, so it's a 1 mana 1/1 goblin. As long as Fireblade Charger is equipped, it has haste, and when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Guess which deck this is good at? It's not the Reanimator one. It is in Boros through and through. It's not good in Izzet. It's not good in Gruul. So this is something where you can build, right? And then if you are the only Boros player, especially in pack 3 when the cat is out of the bag, you're gonna get these back. So this is something where you can capitalize on. You don't need to highly pick that. You're gonna get it when you need it. Lightning Bolt, a classic, goes into every single deck. So yeah, so it's 1 mana lightning bolt deals 3 damage to any target, notably. In Izzet, it's fantastic. Kills a good blocker, finishes off the game with the prowess triggers too. You wouldn't mind it is in Rakdos either, because again, right, you need to sometimes protect yourself. Gruul, excellent, because you're pushing through so much damage. Boros can use it, so a little removal, not much talk. This is Lightning Bolt, classic. Miran, Brain Splitter, oh, yeah, the other thing too that like I mean if there's absolutely nothing on the back, like this is not the highest power level though, and I was just saying not to talk too much about board. But yeah, you pick it in the earlier part of the pack, I would say, still think. Miran Bone Splitter, so it's a 1 mana flash equipment. Who when it enters, attach it to target creature and gets +2/+. So yeah, this is solid. This I think is an important piece of the equipment deck because it does give you 1 mana triggers and you don't need to equip it. You don't need anything which makes equipping cheaper. This is just like works, right? Like this works with the deck. It does the thing always what you want, and then like if they don't have a blocker, it's pretty weak punch. I mean, think about this like being on a Fireblade Adapt on like turn 2, right? Like you're already hitting for 3, and when they kill it, if they have a creature on the board, that's gonna die. Yeah, so there's some stuff to like about this. And if they don't have a creature, they just took 6 from the Fireblade Charger, so that's where you wanna be. Yeah. Monastery Swiss Spear, again, it's on the card, it's in the Z Prowess deck, it's a haste prowess 1/2 for 1 mana. But yeah, usually I think in this cube it's probably not gonna deal too much damage too early, because you wanna probably put in like 2, maybe 3 prowess creatures and then start churning through your spells. But again, if you cast 2 spells, this is a 3/4 attacking on the ground. So yeah, the damage does pile up pretty quickly on this one. Rabbit Battery. So this is excellent. These are excellent cards for the Boros deck. Again, the other deck's probably not that interested in this. Maybe I can see it in Groove, but not very much anywhere else. So it's an equipment, Rabbit, 1/1, haste, equip creature, gets +1/+1, it has haste, and you can reconfigure. So attach to target creature you control. or unattach it from a creature, right? So this does start as a creature, and then you can use it as an equipment. It can bear the equipment, so it's pretty good. So as Simeon Singh, so it's a one red mana 1/1 equipped creature gets +1/+1. Whenever Sling or equipped creature becomes blocked, it deals 1 damage to defending player. You can reconfigure it for 2. Same thing, it's just versatility. But again, you will be the person interested in it if you are Boros. The other decks not so much. So these will come to you naturally if you are in the right seat for this. So not super high power or not super early pick, but they are they are the cards that hold your deck together. Strangle deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, I mean, the I guess the much less liked sister of Lightning Bolt, but it does work. Like if you need to kill a creature, again, Boros decks, Gruul decks, the ones which are pushing through damage, partially EZ decks can really use it. Rakdos could use it to protect itself, so yeah, not bad. But like again, you don't need to too highly pick this. This will come to you when you need it. I think turn inside out so yeah, so it's a one red mana instant, and this is a pretty good spell. So target creature has +3/+1 to end of turn. When it dies this turn, manifest red. Yes, I think it's good in Boros. It's excellent in Rule. Working for Izet very well, I think. And then Rakdos, you don't really care again all that much. So then I need to watch out what are the good cards in red for Rakdos because certainly this, like what we have seen so far, it goes into the other three, like the aggressive push through damage color pairs, and Ragdoll's a little bit more laid back, so to speak. But yeah, but this card is excellent in the other three decks, I would think. So yeah, you get the card advantage out of it. Probably the best is in Gruul or Boros, because Boros it gets back to your creature that can wield the equipment next turn. But yeah, Wild Ride. So this one is wild. Yeah, this is I think excellent in yeah Gruul 100% and Izet I think is my second choice on that because you get the +3/+0 gains haste. So anything which you top deck a good creature, now you can come in with haste. Izet has like cheap creatures in that regard, and then yeah so and then you can harmonize it back later. So it's two spell for one card. That's important for reset. And Gruul, last few points of damage on the back of a trample. Yeah, solid. Abbot of the Keraki. So this is an EZ card generally. It's a 2 mana 2/1 with prowess. When it enters, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Yeah. You don't mind top decking that later necessary, and then you can like cycle it for another card. Yeah, if you sequence your land drop, you can get that. Yeah, another spell, and then just push through more damage. Yeah, this is a good card. This is a good card. Like it's not like an insane card, like you wouldn't move necessarily into the color seeing that in some of the very early picks, but if this comes to you mid pack, late pack, yeah, you're very, very happy picking this up. Abrade, another one phenomenal card. Again, like does not draw you into any archetype, it's just a solid removal. Very good against Boros because it could destroy some of the equipment. So it's a 2 mana instant, deals 3 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. Good against Azorius too. So yeah, there you go. These are the things for you. And then Champion of Flame. Yeah, so this is good in Naya, which is probably the least liked scenario because it's a 2 drop, but very good in Boros. So it's a 2 mana 1/1 Trampler, and it gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. So if you attach like a Simian Sling to it, that's a 4/4 Trampler. If you attach a Rabbit Battery and a Simian Sling, that's a 7/7 Trampler. Just saying. Just saying. Even the +2/+, so it becomes like a 5 seat trampler on like turn 3. You can attack. So this can rumble in for a lot of damage. Concealed weapon. So this is an equipment as well. From Myrtles of Karlov Manor. So 2 mana, it's +3/+0 to a creature. You can disguise it, so you can cast it as face down, as 2/2, and when it turns face up, attach it to a creature you control. Yeah, I think in the Boros decks, like in a lot of the cases, again, the same trick with morph that the cat is gonna be out of the bag pretty quickly. Like, what is the only morph in your Boros deck type of thing? But if you can get your opponent with this, like having a 2/2 like sending it in. Yeah, like they God forbid use a removal on that, and then you just like like unmorph it, attach it to another creature that basically like wins a fight this way instead of bouncing. That's just devastating. Otherwise, again, like I painted the best case scenario picture here. That's probably unlikely to happen. But hey, this is a Boros card that could be a creature and could be an equipment. Those are always useful for these type of decks. And again, Ragdos, this I think is irrelevant. Gruul, not so much. Again, like I think it's a little too slow or cute for that one, and it's that you don't really care. Although it does trigger prowess, and you cast it from the artifact side. But yeah, don't stress over it too much for this. That if you are Boros player, it's safe to assume you're gonna get these ones. Crystal Slipper for 2. So it's one to equip. An equipped creature gets +1/+0 and haste. Yeah, I think weirdly, I think it's good good in Gruul. Because yeah, like all your big like undercosted oversized creatures now get haste and plus more damage, so that's one for a mere 1 mana. Yeah, and is that not like I don't think that's insane. Like probably if you see it in very late picks of the pack you would take this. Otherwise, yeah, like you don't need to stress too much over this one. Ragdosis, I think, is not that relevant. Like maybe you want to do sometimes some cute things. Like if you have like an absolutely insane animation target, yeah, depending on what you see on the other side of the board, maybe some sideboard shenanigans, but I feel like we are stretching it. So yeah, this is a Boros card. Anyway, yeah, we don't need to talk too much about that. This is like a like a C minus ish whatever card. Dreadhorde Arcanist. So this is a one and a red trample 1/3, huh, 1 power trample, ladies and gentlemen. But let's see what we are getting for our money here. So whenever it attacks, you may cast target instance or sorcery card with converted mana cost less than or equal to its power from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard, this turn exile instead. So this is an Izzet card. This is excellent in an Izzet deck. That's exactly what you want. The trample is huge on it. Like you can cost like wild rides or whatever. Um, yeah. Well, I think timing still matters. So probably a sorcery is not the best. But you can you can cost your draw spells back. You can use your considers yada yada yada. Like there's a lot going on. Like this card is looking unassuming, but if you, let's say, play this on turn 2, attack in turn 3, and you already had like a lightning bolt in the graveyard, you can clear out a blocker for free. Like that is some real high level play there. So yeah, you like this? I would pick this very highly. I would pick it in the earlier part of the pack if I see this. Yeah, in some cases, depending on what else is in that pack, I don't even mind first picking it and try to see if that works. Unfortunately, it does not work very well in Gruul or any of the other color combinations, so there's that. So maybe not first pick it, but you are like top 5 picking it somewhere, depending on what else is in the pack. So yeah, Fugitive Codebreaker. Oh yeah, this used to be my boy in Ravnica, or Scarlet of Mana rather. So yeah, this is an excellent card, I believe. So it's a 2 minute 2/1 prowess haste. Yeah, good in a aggressive deck. You can disguise it and then you can unmorph it, and the cost is reduced for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. And when turn face up, discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Yeah, I mean, EZ is absolutely insane. I think in that deck, I really like this one. EZ deck. It's gonna be cheap to unmorph, and you're gonna get yeah, you're gonna get a bunch of cards. And then even I think Gruul, if you can empty your hand, can use it. This is draw 3. Like, I mean, you like cards which says draw 3. You like cards which says draw a card. So, so yeah. So this is it. This is it. And pick it out in your EZ deck, and then I would pick it in every other red base deck, but that's just me. But this is an EZ card at heart. Heartfire Emulator. So this is a 2 minute 2/2 prowess and very annoying human wizard. Does this fire trick there? So for red, you can sacrifice it, deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker. Very annoying. You can sacrifice the instant speed. That's the worst part of this. when you play against this and they turn it sideways, like cost to consider, cost something else, and they have a red mana, like, oh my god, right? Like that's the problem with this card. It's a good card in your EZ deck. Yeah, the other decks are less, likely, but like begrudgingly you will put like a 2 drop in your Gruul deck. It's not insane, but it's a creature. Um, yeah, like Rakdos just doesn't care about that. What, like, I'm wondering what red cards Rakdos is caring about, because so far it has been Boros, EZ, Gruul, Fiesta, and Kami's Flare might not be an exception, because it's a 2 mana instant, it deals 3 damage to target creature Planeswalker, and deals also 2 damage to that permanent controller if you control a modified creature. So this is good, obviously, in Boros, that's your key. Yeah, the others are not really caring about this. So if you see this and you are the Boros deck, you can wheel it, you're gonna get it back. Like I think, 3 damage is not bad, like others who forgot to eat their vegetables, didn't pick their remover early enough, might snag it. So okay, you wanna be careful. Still lightning strike to a creature at worst, which a lot of decks can use. But assuming that all the other 3 damage spells are there, this is the most Boros looking. Is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so yeah, Ogre Headhelm. Oh, what is this Headhelm doing? So red, it's gonna be good. And yeah, I think I remember this was good. So it's a 2 mana artifact creature equipment ogre. Huh. They don't make them as they used to. And then whenever this one is equipped to so this one or active creature deals damage to a player, you may sacrifice. If you do, discard your hand, then draw 3 cards and reconfigure for 3. I think this card is fantastic. Yeah, yeah, I would take it in any deck. So hear me out. So maybe Izzet is actually the worst. In Boros, absolutely, there's not much to talk about. It's an equipment and a creature, and then occasionally you can draw you 3 cards. Um, in Ragdos, the discard might come into play, right? Like it can get you that engine that you stuck with your fatties in hand, like this hits them, discard the 2 fatties, draw 3 cards, maybe draw an animation spell, and you are off to the races. So there's that part. And then Gruul, don't mind, emptying the hand, hitting them, and then, this could be equipped to a creature, making it bigger. It's important to push through damage, or just hitting them, like discard 0 card, draw 3. And he said, yeah, you might be able to trick this with a flyer too, right? When you don't cantrip enough, you run low on cards, you need a refuel, then you reconfigure it on a flyer, hit them, and then chuck in some more cards for next turn. Yeah, solid little card. I like this card. Obviously, you're not like insane first pick or whatever. Like the problem with these cards in red, I feel like that again, but that's just me. Like there are other peers who are more disciplined, shall we say? Um, but generally speaking, if I see like a Giga Chat Bomb black card and this, which is also like a first pickable good in any red deck card, I would probably pick the black one first, right? Because that's more powerful objectively. But so that maybe hunts a little bit red here. But this is a solid card, make no mistake of that. So Pyrotechnic Performer, so that's a 2 mana 3/2 Viashino Assassin, and you can disguise it, undisguise it for 1 red, and whenever this one or another creature you control is turned face up, that creature deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Yeah, this card is unbelievable. Like this is best in Simic, obviously. So this is another way to splash. Like I feel like in the Simic deck, you really want to look for that splash, either black or red, because both of them give you really really good morph creatures. The Fugitive Codebreaker, this one, yeah, these are no joke creatures, right? And you can play them as face down and like get it later when you have the mana. But man, so what's happening here? Yeah, like in the Simic deck, you just gotta like machine gun them down, right? Like these on flips, like everything deals damage. Yeah, this is an absolutely solid card here. So then we have Thermo Alchemist. Um, oh yeah, sorry, and on its normal course on red decks. Um, this is not a red deck card actually. Yeah, I don't think honestly it's the best in Gruul. And outside of that, I don't really care. I honestly want to play this in the Simic deck. This is a teamwork card. I feel like that's where I want to be. And yeah, that's interesting. So Yeah, I would pay. Like, yeah, it's wild, but again, like I would pay attention to this if I'm Simic. Thermo Alchemist, so it's an O3 2-mana defender, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent when you tap it. Whenever you cast an instant and sorcery spell, untap Thermo Alchemist. Yeah, so you don't put this into a Boros deck. This is an EZ card. This is like a gold card. It's, consider this as red double blue almost, and this is only the one deck where this shines, and that's the deck where you want to put it in. So yeah, on that deck you can wheel it because no one else is gonna care about this card. Absolutely, there's no splash ability, none of that. But that's in that deck. This is your bread and butter. This is the thing you wanna cast on turn two, and then this will absolutely go to town. Chaos Warp. So this is the red Doomblade. So it's an instant 3 mana, 2 and a red. The owner of target permanent shuffles into their library, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's a permanent card, they put it onto the battlefield. So yeah, you can be burnt by this, but it's any permanent, so that's one thing. And yeah, yeah. I mean, like maybe I'll take it and start it in my sideboard with this, and I see if my opponent has an unbeatable permanent, then I bring it in because second best thing in their deck is still much better for me than having this one over there. So yeah, so I think this for me is a sideboard removal, and then obviously, needless to say, goes into any color of red deck. Gutter Snipe. It's 2/2, 3 mana Goblin Shaman. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Yeah. So this card is very simple. You put it in an Nisa deck, you don't put it in any other deck, and if they don't kill this, they die. Like there's not much to say. 2 damage is a lot. Like, there will be turns where you cost like 3 to 4 spells. It's like 6 to 8 damage from the 2 drop. There's no way that they haven't taken damage before or not gonna take damage after. So this is absolute must kill on site. Yeah, if you are against the Izzet deck, I know they have a lot of good creatures, but this is for sure one where you want to hold up removal. You don't want to get to the point where you have an empty board, but like you're running low on removal, you have like a medium creature and they cost a gutter snipe and they have 4 cards in hand. Like that's gonna be a disaster for you. So Rebel Salvo, yeah, so it's a 3 mana instant. It has affinity for equipment. So guess which deck it's going to. So it says Boros all it deals 5 damage to target creature planeswalker, and it loses indestructibility until end of turn. Hoo hoo hoo. Haha, now we are talking. So this is Red way of disciplining Zetalpa. If you can get through the first strike for power, so that's how annoying that card is. But you can hit it with one spell, and I hit it this one. This has to be the second spell, and it dies. Gonzo. So yeah, so this is cool. This is cool. We love this. Every red deck loves this. But Boros really loves this. So that's why we are. There is a Lightbringer. She looks really angry. So she has 3 mana, 3/3. Orc Wizard. Oh, she's pretty good looking for an orc. Okay. Anyway, legendary creature Orc Wizard. So she has haste. When there's a light shatter, shatter, light shatter, huh? Not Lightbringer, light shatter. Enters this card up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. Okay, yeah, this is very good. This is very good in ragdolls. This is probably good in the other ones too, right? Like access lands, you can discard, draw action. Okay, in that whenever it attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, exile card at random from your graveyard, you may play that card this turn. Yeah, card advantage. I think it's very very cool in ragdolls. Such a good cool like glue card in ragdolls. I think it's also good in Gruul because it has haste, it hits relatively hard, and it cycles into more action. Solid little card. Yeah, later down the road, even a Boros deck can use it. Izet is probably the least like it, but even then, right, like you discard your access lands, yeah, that's just a solid card all around. If anything, this is one of those like red cards which like you kind of freebie pick it first and then see what's going on with red there. But yeah, some good stuff here. So then we have the Unruly Catapult. So it's a 3 mana 04, deals 1 damage on tap to each opponent, and instant sorcery on tap Unruly Catapult. So this is the basically your second copy of the Thermo Alchemist. Treat it accordingly. The other decks doesn't really care about this, so if you add the Izzet deck, then this is gonna land with your deck, and you're gonna enjoy it, but don't need to pick it highly. Ash Cloud Phoenix. Oh, this is from Guns of Tarkus. It's gonna be great. So it's a 4/1 flyer, which is kind of fragile. You can, when it dies, return to the battlefield face down, and you can unmorph it for 4. And when turns face up, it deals 2 damage to each player. Yeah, this is robust. This is pretty good. If you can get it like like morphed up, again, it's very good in Simic. What should I say? Yeah, and red decks could do stuff with this. It's a brawler, but I think it's like probably in terms of red decks, it's Gruul is the best home for it. But yeah, it's a Simic deck. So Simic is more like Timur or Sultai. Like Timur is the new Simic, I guess. But yeah, this is a solid one in that one. Enduring Courage. Oh my god, this card is in this cube. Yeah, this is bad. So no, I mean bad to play against. So this is a 4 mana 3/3. It's a dog glimmer. It's an enchantment creature, and it has the glimmer tax. When it dies, if it was a creature, return to the battlefield on its owner's control. Now it's an enchantment, so it's like unkillable because you're not gonna have a creature removal and an enchant removal, and even if they have it, they feel really really bad using it. And whenever another creature you control enters, it gains +2/+0 and haste until end of turn. This is the dream of a Gruul deck. Um, Rakdos, not so much. Boros can use it. Izzet can use it. But yeah, but this is a Gruul card through and through, and it's not bad in the other ones either. So if you use it, then yeah, those are okay. Hazoret. Can't believe that this card is less than $3. Jesus, how the mighty have fallen. What a world we are living. The end is nigh. Okay. Okay, okay. This is wow, wow, wow. It's a sad day. But you're gonna be happy when you play this, because this is, ladies and gentlemen, a Formula 5/4 haste indestructible. Now there's a catch. It can't attack or block unless you have one or fewer cards in hand, which by the way is not that difficult to achieve. So Rakdos can discard, so that's that. And for 2 and a red, you can discard a card and deals 2 damage to each opponent. So even in a Rakdos deck, this can bridge you a little bit and have a massive roadblock until you reanimate your bigger fatty. In Gruul is absolutely fantastic. I think it comes down in a very like kind of empty hand and it just smashes them. Yeah, like Boros could use it for the same token. Izzet is probably the worst because Izzet tends to refill their hands, so it's kind of difficult to be empty-handed for Hazoret. But hey, the other 3 is good. So yeah, I mean, I would first pick this on power level first, second pick it, and then look for Gruul in there, like maybe Boros. But yeah, it's a good card. Hair Rider. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this one is fantastic in Gruul, I think too. So this is just a 4 mana 2 red haste 3/3. But whenever a creature you control attacks, Hair Rider deals 1 damage to defending player. Yeah, so if you attack with 3 creatures, they take 3 no matter what, and plus damage. It's so easy in this Gruul decks to push through the damage, and this card is contributing to that very well. So I think like the 3 mana like hit hard cards are available for your Gruul deck. But yeah, so there you go. I mean, this is not like the A level or anything. You first pick it again, lower, middle, like second half of the pack. It's very one days, but yeah, it's not bad. Cypher Almashi. Oh, Almashi Cypher. Yeah, that's my boy. It's my boy from Final Fantasy. So this is 4 mana, Human Knight, Legendary Creature 3/4. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn, which is solid. And then we have Fire Cross, which whenever Cypher Amashi deals damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If the spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. So the joke here that this is double strike. So if you send it in alone, you get double strike, so you hit them twice, and then you get 2 cards back. Excellent in Izzet prowess. So this is one of those situations where the removal becomes helpful because you have this one, you kill their 2 blocker, send it in alone, get back. Like let's say you have a lightning strike and a lightning strike or whatever, an abrade and a lightning bolt, right? Like you just like bolt one creature, lightning or abrade the other one, send this in, bolt their face again, and then cast another card from your graveyard. That's just so much value. So and then they just took six, right? So yeah, so this card is not bad in that deck. Double vision. Whenever you cast your first instant sorcery each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets. Okay, okay. Like if you want to grind with your Izzet deck, that's the place. Obviously, the other decks can play this, right? They don't have the critical mass of instant and sorceries. And I think that's one thing to watch out here in this cube. Like it's very critical in the Izzet deck to find the right number of like creatures versus spells, right? And then draw spells because you want to have a creature, you want to stick it. Or like you kind of want to be able to protect it a little bit because if it dies, like all your spell value is getting wasted, and this might be a little bit too much of a setup here. But it's an interesting card. If it's a, like maybe I would take this lower end of the pack, keep it in my sideboard. If the matchup is very grindy, bring it in, and then like get double whammy from all of my spells. So yeah, there you go. Dragon's Tide Twins. So yeah, this is a 3/3 double strike prowess for 5 mana. So this is your brawler in your Izzet deck. This is where you want the removal heavy Izzet deck, just like take out the blockers, hit them for 10. Like that's what you want. And again, it's a 5/3/3, so you need to be mindful of this might be dying. Critical mass of creatures does matter. But otherwise, yeah, like if you missed out on Cypher Almashi or someone else, then this could be a backup plan. Nova Harkite, yeah, this card is fantastic. This card is absolutely fantastic. I didn't understand this card first when I saw it, so I saw it's like okay, if it's a flying case 4/5 for 5 mana. When this creature enters, deals damage 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. And I was like, oh, what if they don't have a 1 drop? Like like what am I doing? I can't really warp it. And then when it enters, kind of mediocre. So what's really happening with this card that if they have a 1 toughness creature, it's fantastic. Because what's gonna happen? You play it for 3, kill their 1 drop, hit them for 4. Then this goes to the warp. Now they can't really play any more 1 toughness creature. If they do, you do them again, right? And then it just that 8 damage. Otherwise, it's a solid 4/5 flyer. Yeah, this is an excellent card. Like I like this. This is one of those generically good red card to first pick, which doesn't put you to any particular color yet. Every deck could use it to a degree. Obviously, in Gruul, it's fantastic. Like that's the number one color pair for it, but it's not shameful in any other red deck. Combustible Gearhawk, so some people's favorite card this is. Which is a pretty good card. So it's a 6 mana 6/6 first strike construct artifact. Already really good in D because it's first strike 6/6. And when it enters, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. If that player doesn't, you miss 3 cards, then Combustible Gearhawk deals damage to that player equal to total mana value of those cards. So in Gruul, it's fantastic. It's phenomenal. Because they are already in like 8 life. They can't afford you milling like, 7 or 8 damage. So they're gonna give you the cards to refill. In Izzet, it's a little clunky. Boros maybe a little bit slower edge. In Rakdos, you really don't mind this. They're gonna give you 3 cards because like you might reveal 18 power worth of damage. So Rakdos and Gruul are the colors for this, and yeah, it's quite a card. So Incinerator of Guilty. Oh yeah, this one was yeah this one. Oh my god! Like I'm wondering how is this in this cube because in like limited this was a you win the game card. So it's a 4 red creature dragon 6/6 flying trample. If you don't want it to have it more unblockable, but whenever Incinerator of the Guilty deals combat damage to player, because of trample it most likely will, you may collect evidence X. If you do, it deals X damage to each creature and each player focus that player controls. That's not all creatures. That's not none of that stuff. This hits them and they lose the game. That's what's happening. Excellent in every deck. Like the Reanimator deck will have enough things to collect evidence for. Just clean the board Yeah, even these at deck would, like be able to use it as a finisher. Grew fantastic. Boros, you would slot it in. Yeah, and this is just a generically good card. Like this is definitely that A plus pick which competes with the black similar cards too. If you see it, you pick it, you try to see what's up with red. And 6 mana, it's very castable. So the big brother of this is Dracuset, Maw of Flames. So yeah, so this is from Ryan's Magical Christmas Land for red, 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 ladies and gentlemen, for Dragon, which is a flying 7/7. And this is one of your best ways to actually get your kids, if you happen to be a parent, to be enthusiastic or passionate about elementary school math. Because this one, when it attacks, deals 4 damage to any target, 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. So yeah, that's how you teach elementary school maths. You sit down with your kid, you give them 4 Dracos in your deck. They're gonna attack you with that. And they're gonna calculate under 10 for the next like 2 hours with smile on their face. That's what's gonna happen here. And it's excellent flavor too. Like that's how you imagine a dragon when you're a little kid. It just flies down and burns everything in its way. So obviously, comes in, attacks 7, it can hit you for 4 immediately, kill 2 of your 3 drops, and then yeah, deal you another 7, right? like this card is nonsense. Like if you can give it haste, that's complete decimation. Yeah, this is one of those. I would pick it up, you'll see what's up with green, also green, red rather, and then go from there. Yeah. Solid card. I think this one is the one which I like from Magical Christmas Land the most. I'll try to make it work. And then Bedlam Laborer, the local 8 drop in the hood. So this is 6 red red for a 3/4, and it costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. So it's 2 mana 3/4 in my world, and it has powers, it gets bigger. And when it enters, discard your hand and draw 3 cards. Yeah, this is everything what the Prowess deck wants. And I think this is a first pickable card. Like if you see it, you first pick it and you try to go with the Prowess deck, unless you see something generally good cards which can keep you open. But short of that, like this is a great first pick. And then try to be in the set color. So yeah. So yeah, that was red for you. And then see you shortly in the green video. So thanks for watching and see you soon.